Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not. Welcome back to Dis-Cember 2023, and today we're looking at the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon. It's a hell of a title, it's a lot of words. It stars Tony Danza as garbage man Barney Gorman, who one day, a stroke of luck, where he angrily kicked a water cooler unknowingly in front of a bunch of Philadelphia Eagles executives. They see this and say, hey, he should be on the team. It's a complete publicity stunt, but it works until it doesn't. Yeah. So garbage man turned football player, that's the movie we got. This was a part of the wonderful world of Disney, and I'm telling you right now, the version I watched, there are two different versions I could find on YouTube to watch. This one kept going in and out of a blue screen like it was from a VCR, and the other one was even worse quality. So it didn't going in and out didn't bug me, surprisingly enough. And like I said, the movie stars Tony Danza. I would say I'm a pretty big Tony Danza fan. Grew up with him. Who's the Boss? And Taxi. Yes, I know that Taxi was before my time, but I said this before, I grew up watching Nick at Night. Taxi was on there. And Who's the Boss, right? And of course he was in movies like Angels in the Outfield. I know he's in that one, and he's been in other ones, but the strangest thing about this movie came out in 1998. In 1998, Tony Danza was 47 years old. Now, I know they probably had a stunt guy doing this, but the character himself is the same age, right? So a 47-year-old man, a 47-year-old garbage man is thrown in to the Philadelphia football scene. Think of that. Most athletes at 47 years of age are retired or trying to retire, pondering retirement maybe, If you're a boxer, you're already retired, right? They retire in their early 30s. 47-year-old and just starting playing football. Like I said, this movie works until it doesn't, because when Barney first gets in there and he starts to play, they do the whole, the players don't like him because he's a new guy, but then he quickly wins their affections and their friendships and becomes a part of the team. And then, of course, with these types of movies, you have to have the big rise and the big fall. So, but the fall is just too much. Like, he gets up to the top. So what is that? Okay, his ego gets inflated. He thinks he's unstoppable, and then untouchable, and then he can't kick a field goal for some reason that's never explained. Is it psychosomatic? No one knows. He just can't. This guy that kicks it the long way, kicks it so far across the field, now for some reason can't kick. Right? Can't do it. He's having issues. And then there's also issues with him trying to keep up with his family. He quits his job at the garbage place as a garbage man because he and his boss get into it. He goes to sign these autographs, right? And then he can't make it to his son's special career day, which is only for the dad. So that's on the kid. Because, why would you... They do a career day at the beginning of the film, and he shows up as the garbage man. And he brings in a dead rat for some reason. Go away, fly. A dead rat for some reason. It makes no sense to me. And then there's the end, and he's like, oh, hey, they're having a special career day. Mostly because the kid probably talked to the teacher and said, hey, have my dad come in and try again, Now there's a football guy. If I was in that situation, okay, I'll come in, but I would still only talk about being a garbage man. I would. Like, oh yeah, I played football, but now I'm here. That's not my career. That's what I do. That's my, you know, extracurricular. My career is a garbage man. That's what I would do because me, the garbage man thing is my career. Football is something I'm just doing right now, right? But of course, he's got out to his head, so he probably would talk about that. He's megadome. Once again, they double down on this. He doesn't make it, one, because it takes too long for the autograph signing, and then then there's traffic. Now, I feel like this was edited wrong, though, because we start with the teacher saying, okay, this is a special career day. We'll start when Mr. Gorman shows up. Mr. Gorman arrives. And then we cut to the autograph saying, oh, no, I don't need any more. My son has a special career day in an hour. In an hour? I feel like it should be this scene, special career day in an hour, cut to traffic, and then the arrive thing. Or something. Hold on, I gotta put my nose. So, like I said, he rises very up, gets full of himself, and then it starts to go all to shit. He can't kick, he's having problems, he's taken off the team, and then he's having problems at home. His wife is angry because he's missing everything, and then he decides he's supposed to have this dinner with his wife, but then he gets canned from the team, so he goes out drinking. And this random woman shows up and says, hey, are you Barney Gorman? He's like, yeah, we can have a picture. So to grant what he thinks is a fan's request, he goes take a picture, the lady kisses him, and then takes off. Turns out this was a trick to put on the front page of the paper, because of course, and the wife kicks him out for it. Takes a cab home. Make matters worse, the cab didn't realize he was Barney Gorman until he said something, and then he kicks him out of the cab. Staying at a hotel. I do like the scenes of when he is interacting with this other football player named Bubba. He's a big dude. Bubba's problem is that he eats too much. He's got to be at 350 or he's off the team. At one point, the coach says he's off, and he's just in there like eating a bunch of food, and so, you know, Barney helps him make weight, and he gets down to 349, which works, right? Of course it does. And then, you know, he makes his friendship with the team. He's even talking to this kicker, Mitchell, who is an actor I've seen before, but I couldn't tell you where he's from. But Mitchell doesn't like him because he's basically taking his spot or whatever. The garbage man is taking his spot. Well, if you kick the field goal right, you wouldn't have to have someone take your spot now, would they? But at one point, he does tell Mitchell, hey, why don't you try kicking it head on instead of coming from the side, you know? And then tries it, and it works. And so that does lead when the final game happens. So he's kicked out, there's one game left, but he goes to the place, talks to the manager of the team, and says, hey, let me do this one game. I got one more. There's one more game left. I gotta prove this to my family. I gotta prove this to everyone. Let me do this. And the guy, put by Ray Weiss, he says, no, you had the chance, it's over. Because to them, this is all about publicity. It's not working anymore, so he's done. Which is complete and total bullshit. Alright? He should at least finish out the season, right? To me, that's what should happen. But this woman, the one that recruited him, stands up for him and says, nah, come on. She says, no, you gotta let him do it, or I'm gonna have to resign. So he does get the chance. Of course, he doesn't really play in the game at all. But one time, and it's really, I don't know, It's convoluted. The ending to this movie is convoluted, okay? So, when they first start, they keep headbutting him. Like, when he's first on the team, because they're messing with him. And so that comes back here, where Mitchell makes the field goal, and then he headbutts Mitchell, and Mitchell is now has a concussion. He's goofy. And my man, my me, that sort of thing. It was a Disney movie. So now it's up to Gorman, G-Man as they call him, and they try to leave it ambiguous, like we don't know if it stands for Gorman or Garbage Man. No, it's Garbage Man. It's Garbage Man. That's why, Garbage Man. And when the fans turn against them, they say we want a kicker, not a garbage picker. Even at this point when he goes to kick it. And this is where it gets very convoluted. He goes to kick it. The guy holding the ball fumbles it. Picks it back up. Throws a pass. And to Gorman, who then runs it to the end zone and gets a touchdown. Of course, he has help from his teammates taking out people in front of him. But he does this thing where he jumps over the guy that's trying to tackle him, flips and lands on his back in the end zone. That's something I don't know if I've ever seen in football before. Interesting way to do it. By the way, this movie knows how to kick me in the nads, because what's the team that Philadelphia is playing against in the final game of this movie? Dallas Cowboys, which is my team. Yep. The Dallas Cowboys. Like, oh, we got a final game. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. So like, oh, the Cowboys are up. Oh, no. And I'm going, yeah. You know? I'm like, oh, no, Philadelphia. No. But it's your team in the movie. You want to root for them, right? But, you're supposed to root for... My arm not cracking. Supposed to root for the Philadelphia Eagles, because that's what it is. But it works. I guess it works. Cheer for the team he's in. Why couldn't this be in Texas? Because it would be the garbage picking, field goal kicking, Dallas phenomenon. Or something. I don't know. It was Dallas, Texas phenomenon. But, and so then he retires after the game. Makes his big speech about, oh, I'm no hero. The garbage men out there, they're the real heroes. And we see that his boss is watching. So, yeah. And, and then the music in this is like something like, I don't know. The weird music. When this movie started, I'm like, is this really the music from this? Really? I'm like, really? And that plays at the ending. I'm like, really? We're back to this music. It was inspirational music throughout the rest of the film, but maybe that's the theme song, so we gotta go out with that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a middle of the road. It's not one of the stronger television movies that Disney made, but it's good, I don't know. I didn't have any hopes for this. I just knew I had to do a movie with this long of a freaking name. And it's one that I remember watching on The Wonderful World of Disney back in the day in 98. That is true. And I also played it again on the Disney Channel before. So, on Disney Channel after. So, yeah. And as these are most of these are going to be television related, stuff I watched on TV, on the Disney Channel. Even High School Musical 3, it went in theaters, but they did put it on Disney Channel eventually. I did watch it at least once on there. I don't know. Maybe I'll do another TV show. I want to do one because there's some shows I want to talk about, but I don't think I have enough for a full episode. So I'm gonna do one with like memorable Disney Channel shows, from back then, and do like 5 different shows from the late 90s or early 2000s era that I grew up with. We shall see. I just gotta find a good logo to do it with. But at some point I want to do that. But I have a list of movies to do as well. Well, I guess this one of them, another one here that's not, they went to theaters, but it's fine. It's another obscure. A lot of these are going to be obscure. So if you're seeing these pop up and be like, what is this? Like, you seem to be getting so weird. Oh, yeah, I can't remember that. And you see High School Musical. Okay. And then you got stuff like My Date with the President's Daughter, or Susie Q, or Model Behavior. And you're like, what? And you got Punks, Wish Upon a Star, 17 Again. Okay. And then you get something called The Garbage Picking, Field Goal Kicking Philadelphia Phenomenon. And you think, okay, Scotty's lost it here. I'm getting personal. This is stuff I grew up with, right? I know that's supposed to be for birth month, right? That's other stuff. This is Disney, right? I actually might towards the end of the month, if I can't think of anything else to do, I might do some revisited reviews for those Disney Channel original movies that I did in the first birth month, like Brink, or Genius, Horse Sense, Jumping Ship, those ones. Because honestly, those need to be updated, But anyway, what are your thoughts on the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.